I hope you guys can hear me because I don't make many videos outdoors because it's always windy, but it's such a nice day and we're at the lake right now and it's so beautiful outside, so I thought it'd be the perfect place to make my video that I've been wanting to make about my dragon synchronicities and dragons. Are you okay?
Mm-hmm. I'm coughing.
And Jayla's eating her little chips over there. So on our way to the lake, we saw a dragon in the clouds, and I was actually really hoping to see one, and I think I kind of manifested it because like within 5 minutes we saw a huge like serpent-like dragon shape, and then the weirdest thing happened. That's okay, just don't eat it. And then as soon as we saw that, and like, you know, your ego and your self-doubt gets in the way and you're like, oh, you're just imagining it, or it's not, doesn't really look like a dragon. Then I see, we drive past a store within seconds after that says serpent something, and the name of the store said serpent in it. So I was like, okay, because what we saw was like a dragon without wings. So it was a crazy synchronicity. It was like undeniable. And even if I tried to deny it, which a part of me did, that second synchronicity with the word serpent in it definitely made me know that it was a sign from the dragons. And this is my beautiful dragon crystal. Remember seeing that dragon in the clouds, Jayla?
Yeah.
Didn't
it kind of went crooked?
It disappeared right after we looked at it and said, that's a dragon, huh?
And then its eye got crooked, its mouth was gone.
Yeah, then within seconds, the cloud transformed. It's like, it let us see it.
Chips keep falling.
Just be more careful, okay? So as soon as we saw it, then it disappeared once we like acknowledged it, which was so cool. So I have so many synchronicities that have been happening the last few months. So I kind of want to like say them, how they happened, like step by step, and then which ones happened first, and kind of like a little timeline of all my experiences and synchronicities with them. What was that? A bird flew right over your head?
No, 2 baby birds just flew right over my head.
Aww.
And you know what? They almost bumped into my forehead.
I saw something out of the corner of my eye.
They were this high, almost to my forehead.
Oh my gosh, how cute. This is such a peaceful area. I was just laying down meditating, and then I look up and see the moon. I'm wondering if you could see it in the
Where's
video.
everybody?
Can you see the moon? I don't know. It's super pretty out here at this lake. Okay, so I just want to tell you guys like kind of my story with dragons, like I just said. Sorry, I got a little distracted. So the first time ever, it was actually really recent. It was like a few months ago, like around December, after my first trip to Mount Shasta, and I watched this movie called A Stitch in Time, and there was a scene where there were the kids riding the dragon, and that instantly triggered some activation and soul remembrance for me. A bird bumped into your forehead.
Yes, for real.
All right, let me finish this, okay? I don't want to keep getting distracted, okay? So,
My baby bird bumping into my head.
well, that's hard to not acknowledge that a bird bumped into her forehead, but I don't think that really happened.
Yes, that did.
I think it flew really close, but it didn't bump your forehead. Right?
It actually did.
Okay. So while I was watching that movie, it triggered like a soul remembrance for me, and I really just started like missing dragons, and I kind of knew like in my past lives or parallel lives or whatever you want to call them that I have done that before, and it just made me miss them. So I started really missing them, and there was no doubt about like my connection with them. I knew that I'd had lives with them before. It was something I knew in my soul, even though I didn't have a conscious memory of it. So after watching that movie, I would try to find other movies with dragons in it. Like I rewatched Harry Potter, the one with the dragons, and I was just trying to like find any movies with dragons in them. And after that, I didn't have any synchronicities for a while, but I still felt a strong connection to them. But I kind of just left it alone and wasn't like forcing anything. So fast forward like a few months later, I went to Mount Shasta after that, and I was looking for a dragon crystal because about 2 or 3 weeks before that, I saw my friend April buy a dragon crystal that looked like this, but it was gray. And I really wanted it, but for some reason, I didn't feel the urge to get it so much, so I didn't end up buying the one that she got, or from the store that she got. I decided to go look for one in Mount Shasta. So when I went to Mount Shasta, I remember going in the crystal store and looking everywhere for dragon crystals, and they didn't have any. They had like dragon statues, and that was it. And what I was really searching for is something exactly like this, like a dragon head, because when I saw April post that on her stories, I was really drawn to it, and I was like, I need a crystal like that to help me connect more with dragons. So on the way home from Mount Shasta, which we just went in April, me and Jayla, Jayla, look at those little birds. Look at the little birds. No, that's too far. Don't go too far. So on our way back from Mount Shasta, I look up in the clouds and I see a dragon shape in the clouds. So I see a dragon in the clouds, and I was like, whoa, like I took a picture of it. I posted it on my stories. Come back over here. I posted it on my stories, and everyone agreed that it looked just like a dragon. And then another synchronicity was that I saw a post by Heather, Activation Vibration, talking about how the dragons are back. There's the cutest little birds running around on the sand. They're the sweetest little things. Here's one, Jayla, look. Over here. They make the most beautiful sound. Right over there, look, with its skinny little legs running. They run so fast, they're like... Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. So after that, after I posted that picture of a dragon in the clouds, I forget what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, someone messaged me and recommended this dragon oracle deck and this dragon book. And so I was like, oh, that sounds really cool, but I didn't like feel like the need to buy it right away. So I kind of just like kept it on my shopping list on Amazon, but I didn't buy it. What is that face you're making? So then another weird synchronicity, right? We have a light language group that we do light language every week on a Zoom call, and I decided to attend this Zoom video conference, and everyone was talking about their dragon synchronicities that they've been having. And then one of the girls recommended to do an oracle card reading, and she pulls out dragon cards. So I was like, I bet those are the same cards that girl recommended to me, and if they are, I'm gonna take that as a sign to get them. So I messaged the girl afterwards, and I was like, hey, what oracle deck is that? Because somebody just recommended a dragon oracle deck to me, and I want to see if it's the same one. That way I know if it's a sign that I really should get this deck or not. And she told me which one it is, and I'm like, yes, it was the exact same one. So I was like, okay, I meant to get that deck. I was reading the reviews on Amazon, and it said that it really can help you connect with the dragon energy and connect with dragons stronger. They all flew away. Okay, don't go too far. So after buying that deck, right, because I have had other decks before that have not resonated with me much. Even ones that I was super drawn to, when I ended up using them, it just wasn't like an energetic match for me with them. But with this deck, I started using them every day, and I'd post on my stories like readings for the collective, and it was like my first time doing readings for anyone, so I got like lots of feedback saying it resonated with people, and it kind of motivated me to keep going and practicing with them and trying to connect stronger. And so, oh, another thing, I just want to show you guys this deck. So it's by Deanna Cooper, and they're amazing. They're so beautiful. She also has a book that she wrote, which is the book the girl recommended to me, and it is the most amazing book, and it just talks about how they are here to help us, along with all the other beings that are here to help us, like archangels and your star family and so many beings, the dragons, the unicorns, they're all here to help with this shift into the golden age. So that book was incredible. But another book that we brought home from Mount Shasta is this, Back to Telos. And I saw it in the crystal store where I was looking for the dragons, and it's a kid riding a dragon. And just yesterday I was on live with Emmy Evolving, and she told me that Jayla was from Telos and that she was a dragon rider. So I thought that was the craziest thing. I'm gonna tell you guys the whole story later, and then maybe I could piece a little clip from that live into this video, because it was so amazing what Emmy was saying.
And did you know?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Did you know you have a dragon friend? I see her dragon friend behind her.
Jayla?
Yeah, she has a dragon friend.
Wait, where's my crystal? Oh my god. My dragon crystal. Is it pink and white? It might be rose. This is rose.
It's like a almost like a rainbow pearl on top. It's white, almost like a rainbow pearl, depending on the
dragon guide.
Well, this is not a guide.
Oh, it's not?
Dragon rider.
So what?
Jayla is a dragon rider. This is a dragon she's gonna ride when she's ready to.
Oh my god, I'm gonna cry. Oh my god. Get your dragon book. Go get your oh, sorry. Get your dragon book.
That's why
have to
you've
move.
been really drawn to dragons.
We've been like literally obsessing with dragons lately. Their energies and their synchronicities are coming in so heavy that it's like undeniable. Here, show
Yeah,
me
she's
your
getting
book.
ready to mount up.
I don't know if you could see this because I had to chart. Oh, it's upside down. It's a kid riding a dragon, and it says Back to Telos. We got it from Mount Shasta 2 weeks ago, and it talks about kids riding dragons in the fifth dimensional city of Telos.
She's from Telos.
Jayla, did you just hear that?
Yes, I did.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
She's one of their dragon riders. I've never heard of this before. I've never heard of children dragon riders. We haven't spoken in months. Yeah, she's a dragon rider. Yeah.
Jayla, I told you, I literally told her, I'm like, even though you don't consciously remember, in your soul, do you feel like you've rode dragons before? And I keep telling her, like, I miss riding dragons. Do you feel that? She's like, I don't remember. I'm like, you won't remember. Like, it won't be a conscious memory, but do you have that feeling that you've done that before? And I don't know. I just always tell her that. And then we've been reading this book, and she's like, I want to ride on a dragon's back. So that's freaking crazy that you said that. Wait,
Yeah.
no, you're not wearing any pants. You have to just. Oh my gosh, she literally said that you ride dragons. I told you. Was I right?
Yeah.
And
She's
you're
and you've
amazing.
never told me that, so it's not like
No, I've never
Yeah.
even mentioned dragons to you. This dragon thing's been recent, and yeah, we haven't talked in months, so that's crazy.
Yeah, she's and she's not just a dragon rider. She's one of the higher ranked ones.
Oh my gosh, my little dragon rider. How special. I can't believe you have that beautiful gift to see like the dragon around her. Oh my god.
Well, you have one too. I don't know if you know that.
Wait, am I a dragon rider too, or it's a dragon guide?
It's not a guy. This is one that's been with you through many lives. You're of royal lineage,
What?
and it's like your personal guard through everyone.
Oh my god. Is it
Mhm.
like, is it Venusian, like from Venus in pink and white? Because I got the craziest. Wait, sweetie, can you stop jumping on the bed? Because my face is like jumping like that.
I can
She wants to show you a unicorn leopard.
Oh, that's too cute.
So I was buying that crystal, right? And I was not imagining. I was trying to find out where this place is because one of my friends posted on her stories where she got a dragon crystal from, and I was in Mount Shasta looking all over for dragon crystals. I couldn't find any. So I get home and I go to look and ask that girl, "Hey, where'd you get that dragon crystal? I really, really want one." And she didn't get a chance to get back to me, but the first post I see is from the girl who sells the dragon crystals. So I buy it, and she says she has a channeled message for me from the dragon, and it says the same thing that you said. It says, "I've been with you for many lifetimes. You're an ancient soul. We're family. I'm coming back to you now. I'm happy to reconnect." And I'm like, oh my god, oh my god. Like, it's just crazy that you said that.
You know what's even crazier?
What?
This loops back around to your life, not to your life, but to your thing with Kuan Yin.
No way.
Kuan Yin's lover was a dragon.
Oh my, wait. Oh my god. Grab my dragon oracle deck. Hurry, hurry, hurry.
What do you mean?
Grab the dragon oracle deck. The tarot cards. Okay, so there's literally a card of Kuan Yin with a dragon
Mhm.
in this thing I want to show you.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's the emperor. That's the dragon emperor.
Wait, so that was her, you said it was her husband?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So he's a dragon, and when their energy combines,
Jayla, stop jumping on the bed,
her
please.
energy is the phoenix. And you can look up the story of the dragon and the phoenix. She's the phoenix, and when they combine, that's why dragons can breathe fire.
Oh my gosh.
They breathe phoenix flame. I don't know if you guys will find this online. This is just.
Oh my gosh. Oh, wait.
Somehow-
Jayla, hold on. Okay, you can look, but I have to show her this really quick. Wait, so what were you saying about the dragon you saw around me? It was like the same thing, like family that's been with me.
You were somehow part of, I guess, Kuan Yin's family, or you lived in her palace, and they all had a dragon companion that would guard them.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
That's why you're
gosh.
so obsessed with Kuan Yin.
Oh my god.
And part of her palace, after she had finished her experience as that specific goddess, her palace was broken apart. And it's said that a large portion of her kingdom is what was used to form Lemuria and Telos.
What?
Mhm.
Oh my gosh. Yes, this stuff is not online.
No.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And guess what else?
That's crazy.
So the major synchronicity with this crystal is that I messaged April, the girl who had bought it and posted it on her stories, and I said, hey, I was just in Mount Shasta, I was looking for dragon crystals everywhere and I couldn't find any. So I really, really, really feel like I want to buy. Look, Jayla, they're all over the sky. So I messaged April, and before she had a chance to get back to me, because I forgot the name of the page that she got it from, and before she had a chance to message me back about who she bought it from, I went to go log 1212. I went to go log onto my Instagram, and
Excuse me here.
no, go that way. And the first post that pops up was from her, and her Instagram is And Crystals. So I was like, okay, that's weird. I was looking for her. I didn't know like what the name of it was. I was waiting for my friend to message me back, and then it was the very first post that popped up. So I was like, this is so meant to be. And then when I went to go message her, I saw that she had already messaged me from when I messaged her when I first saw April post the pictures, and I was just asking like what her prices were. But for some reason I never saw her messages, and she sent me a picture of all of the crystals that she had like that, and this was one of them, but it was like a month ago, and for some reason it said that I had read it, but I don't remember reading it, and so it kind of got lost in my messages. And when I went to go ask if it was still available a month later, she said, yes, these are the ones I have available. And there were 3 of these. One was gray, one was like a different mixture of crystals, and then there was this one. And when I saw it, I was like, that's the one. Like intuitively, I just knew that was the one that I was drawn to. And I asked her if she still had this available, and she said yes. And then while we were talking back and forth, she is like, this is really weird, but she just told me her name. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, who told you her name? The crystal, the dragon? Like, and then she's like, your crystal, your dragon crystal has the oversoul of a dragon named Rose. And like my jaw dropped, and I was like, what? Because our retreat that we're having next week in Mount Shasta is called Sisterhood of the Rose, and that theme has been showing up a lot for me. So when she said her name was Rose, I was like,
I got a joke for you.
wow.
I tripped on that rock.
No, don't joke about that.
Look.
Ew.
Just kidding. Just kidding. It's this. It's this
Okay.
wet sand.
Okay, don't get sand in my eyes. So then as we're talking, and I'm like, oh my God, I didn't know crystals could like actually have like the dragon energy in them. I was just buying it to connect more like with dragons. I had really, Jayla, I can't hear. So I didn't know any of that. And so she was telling me, like, as we were talking, she's like, I just saw 444. She's like, I have a message coming through for you from Rose. And I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, I couldn't channel like multi-streams of consciousness or something like that. And I was like, oh my God. She's like, is it okay if I channel this message for you? And I'm like, yes, like that'd be a dream come true. I've never had anything happen like that, but with the way the energy for dragons is coming in so strongly into my reality, I was like, this is just so perfect. So she channeled the message, and I don't know if I want to put it up because it is special to me, and I don't know if it's something I want to put out there, but I might add it later on. So if I don't, I'm just going to tell you guys briefly what she said, that the craziest synchronicity. First, she said she was from Venus, and as you guys all know, if you've been following me for a while, that when I first went to Mount Shasta and I asked my tour guide who was taking me to the portals on the mountain, oh, there was an ant on me. He told me, I asked him like what star system I have lived on, or which one is very strongly like showing up for me right now in my energy. Hi, honey. And he was like, Venus, Venusian. He's like, undeniably, like that's what I'm getting from you, the energy. And ever since then, I've kind of been seeing it pop up like everywhere. And so when she said that, I was like, this is like so real, because I never told her any of that stuff about like that starseed connection with Venus. And I just knew like there was a connection between me and this crystal, and there was a reason why I was buying it. So she continued to say like that we've lived many lifetimes together, and I am an ancient soul like she is, and that she's family, and she's happy that we have been reconnected in this lifetime. And I actually was crying because it hit me like so hard in my heart and
Get somewhere to put
my
this
heart.
float.
And it was just so special.
Mom,
I love her so much. Yes, honey?
do you want to learn how to make powder? Watch. You put this and watch. It'll turn to powder.
Ooh, that looks like a cake or a brownie.
We're making salsa wishes.
There was an ant on my shoulder, and I was just laying in the sand. I'm trying to not imagine that there's ants in my hair, because that would kind of freak me out. Okay, that's all right. So I'm trying to think, because there's so many other synchronicities, but I feel like I'm missing some. That was the most major one, getting a channeled message from my dragon. So after that, oh yeah, okay, I remember one. So like a week or two after that, I planned to go live with my soul sister Jasmine, and it was my turn to do the guided meditation. But I'm not really that great at guided meditations yet. I still need practice. So I was saying like, yeah, that's fine. I'll do the guided meditation this time because she usually always does it. And I was like, okay, I'll do it. It's my turn and I need experience anyway. So I was like, but I'm just gonna Google like some tips on what to do, so I'm not just like saying inhale, exhale, like I always do, like literally just sound like a yoga instructor. So I start to Google how to do a guided meditation, and my mind kind of just like went, you know, like how your mind just goes somewhere else, and you could be driving or typing and your mind's not there, it's somewhere else. So that's what happened. And while I was typing in how to do a guided meditation, unconsciously I typed in how to do a dragon meditation. And I looked at it and I laughed because I'm like, oh my God, like they're making sure that these synchronicities are so obvious that I can't deny them. So after that I laughed and I was trying to think, oh my gosh, what is a dragon meditation and how could I incorporate this into our live when I'm doing my guided meditation? And then instantly, like within a second, I remembered from out of this book, the fire dragons. And they transmute lower or negative energies and clear them with their fire and make room for the new, and they clear out the old. Is that upside down? So the fire. And so instantly I thought of them and I was like, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a guided meditation / visualization, and I'm gonna call in the fire dragons, because you can call in any of these dragons to assist you on your journey with various different things. Like the water dragons will help you kind of tap more into your psychic abilities. Fire dragons help burn away lower energies and clear the olds. And so this book talks about that all. And when I did the meditation on the live, I was asking people for feedback, and they were like, I saw, like some people were like, I saw the dragons. Like I felt the energy, or I either saw like a vision of it. And then I also called in Rose and asked Rose to surround people in a pink bubble of the Venus energy, which is pink and white, and to surround them and cocoon them and have that heart healing going on. And people were like saying that they felt that too. So it was really incredible, because that was my first time kind of consciously calling them in and seeing like that people could actually feel it, which was so incredible.
Let's make these two. Mom, watch how fast I can throw.
Ooh.
Watch. Ready?
Good job. Good job. You should try to find a few more and do that. That's a fun game.
I found them. Watch.
I'm pretty sure I'm missing a synchronicity, but
Watch.
I want to jump to the most major
Watch, Mom.
one. Hold on one second. Good job. High five. That got sand all in my face. Okay. Ew. There's like sand in my face now. All right, so last night I'm on a live with Emmy. I just saw 2121, and we are talking about how have we been. We haven't talked in a few months, and I was telling her like, oh, so much is happening, so much new stuff, like it's been crazy. And I'm hosting a retreat with two of my soul sisters in about a week. I see you in the camera, honey. Good job. And then I was like, and most recently I've been having like these crazy dragon synchronicities. So I had to ask her, because Emmy's like super intuitive and she's like clairvoyant, and she always helps shed light on things that confuse me or that come up along my journey that I don't know about. So I was telling her like, I've been having these crazy synchronicities with Kuan Yin and with dragons. And I told her,
Need some wet water.
I didn't tell her about this book, right? And I was talking to her and I was asking her an opinion on Jayla, because Jayla's clairaudient and she hears her name being called. And so sometimes it scares her, and I was asking Emmy about that. And so before even telling her about this book, Emmy told me that she saw a dragon behind Jayla. And I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, I could see it right now. And she's like, Jayla's a dragon rider. And I'm like, what? And she's like, yeah, she's from Telos and she's a dragon rider. And I was like, what the fuck? So I showed her this book and we started freaking out because I'm like, look what we brought home from Mount Shasta. And for those of you that don't know, Telos is a 5th dimensional city located in Mount Shasta. We got this from Mount Shasta when I took Jayla there, and it's a kid riding a dragon. And it's a story of a boy who goes to Telos and he rides the dragon. So dragon riders are from Telos, and she instantly saw that behind Jayla and picked up on that. And so that was the craziest synchronicity. And then I was asking her, I'm like, Emmy, do you know, like intuitively, do you think I'll ever see my dragon or any dragons? Because I'm not really clairvoyant. I'm like just recently tapping into my psychic abilities, and I don't really know if I'll like see them with my third eye or whatever, however you see them, or however she was seeing them, like intuitively. So she's like, I'm being told right now to do some work on your eyes. So we did this exercise, and as soon as we were done, I was like going like this, and she was working on my my eyes. And then after that, she told me, she's like, look at me and tell me what you see, or look behind me. And I was like, I don't see anything. I just see white. And then as soon as I said that, I saw a flash of white on her right side, or it was her left, my right. And I was like, what the fuck? I don't normally see stuff like that. And she told me that my dragon is like a pearlescent white, and sometimes they appear as flashes. So I was like, okay, that's really weird. And then she was like, close your eyes and imagine me and tell me what you see. And if I can record this clip from our live, I'm gonna put it in the video too. But I closed my eyes. I instantly imagined Emmy just as she was right there while I was talking to her. And the second I do that, no joke, like a little dragon head, like a skinny little small dragon. It was weird. I didn't know, like, because usually dragons are depicted as so
water
big.
So I could just use a little bit to pour my chocolate milk?
Sure. Don't waste though.
I'm not needing to use my chocolate milk. That chocolate milk doesn't look good.
My little dragon rider, can you say hi for my video? I'm talking
Hi.
about how Emmy said you're from Telos and you're a dragon rider.
This chocolate milk doesn't look good, so that's why I need some water.
All right, love you.
That chocolate milk is straight up in it.
Oh no, I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, so I see in my imagination or in my mind's eye, I literally see, not like physically, I don't know how to explain it. If you've had visions before, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. It's kind of like a vision in your mind's eye. And if you have self-doubt like I do, you just think you're making it up and you think you're imagining it, but that is real. Look at the crow. Right when I said that, a huge crow just flew.
Another one.
2 crows.
Hey Mom, I'm gonna have to use this
I'm
whole
like
water.
the crazy lady at the lake right now. I don't even care.
Mom, we have to use this whole water bottle, and you know we have another one. Right?
I don't like wasting.
You know we have another one.
No, it
You
doesn't
know
matter.
we have another one.
Shh. All right, go. That's fine.
Mwah.
Love you.
Sorry, I got stuck.
Oh my God. Thank you. Thank you. Please wipe your nose. She kissed me and got snot on my lip, but whatever. When you have kids, that stuff doesn't really bother you. But anyone else, if they did that, I'd throw up. Okay, so anyways, I see this little dragon, but it's like kind of fast. It like goes like this. It's like small little like
Can I use
snout.
this? Can I use this?
Jayla,
Water?
I'm trying to finish
Can I use
this, okay?
for hot water?
All right. So the dragon's like this. I just picture it going over Emmy's shoulder like this. Like, sorry if that's so weird. I don't know how to show you guys. It was really fast. It was like over her shoulder, right? I was like really curious. And like, I didn't understand it. I was like, I'm kind of picturing it as like black and green, maybe both, but like a dark green with black. And so I hesitated to tell her because I was like, oh, you're just making this up. She's not gonna say like it was actually right. But then that was my self-doubt. But a little part of me was like, just say it and you might be like completely on point, if that's the right word, like with what you saw and it was accurate. So I told her and she laughed and she's like, I have dragons all around me, so that's right. She's like, but this one's an adolescent dragon and he's kind of annoying. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, that was all the confirmation I needed to start trusting myself and my intuition and trusting my visions. And I've been on that journey of trying to get rid of like self-doubt and to really trust in my abilities and to like hone them, if that makes sense, and just tap more into them. And it's like a journey. So I'm on the beginning of this journey, like learning about my like intuition and trusting it, and we're all on that journey. So it's been hard for me because I really struggled with self-doubt, like major self-doubt, but this was a really beautiful confirmation for me to just trust it, because most of the time it's right. And so when she said that, I laughed and I was like, yeah, he was kind of annoying. He was like poking his little head over your shoulder. He's like going like this. And then the weirdest shit, right? So I imagined it on this side, but I was looking at Emmy, so it was her left. But I was looking at it like that, but it was on her left. And so someone said, was the dragon on the left side? And I looked at the comments on the live and I was like, yeah, it was on Emmy's left side. And so I wasn't the only one who imagined that. So I know I didn't make it up, and it was incredible. And just, we talked about dragons for a long time. She was telling me that dragons are connected to Kuan Yin, and that's why I've been feeling this connection to Kuan Yin, like, and dragons majorly, because the emperor and Kuan Yin's husband was a dragon when she was a phoenix, and she was telling me something about that. And then the most random thing ever is I went to go show her the Kuan Yin card, the Kuan Yin dragon card in my oracle deck, and when I went to go look for it, Jayla, a little quieter, okay? It's okay. If you can grab it, but if not, it's okay.
I was joking with you. I want to let it fly away so I can get it.
All right, please try to find it, okay?
It's right there.
All right, grab it. I don't like littering. Please grab it.
I'll get it. I'm just waiting until it goes like right by those seaweed, but
All right. Can Jayla,
yeah.
let me finish, and then I'm gonna turn this off, and then we're gonna go soon, okay?
No, you said.
If you wanna stay longer, you have to let me finish, okay?
Alright.
So then the weirdest thing happened. I forgot where I left off, so I'm just gonna repeat myself. I went to go look for the Kuan Yin dragon card in my oracle deck, and I couldn't find it anywhere. And I thought maybe I just missed it. That's weird, but she was like, no, the emperor doesn't like to be like seen or something like that. And I was like, okay, that makes sense, because my card's gone. I counted the cards last night after our live, and I still can't find it anywhere. It's missing. I just got this deck a week and a half ago at the most, and it's completely gone. And I almost second guessed it, and I was like, did they even have a Kuan Yin card in here? Like, maybe I just read it in the book, but it wasn't in the deck. And then she was like, telling me that no, it happened on purpose like that. And so I went and I counted all the cards, and I checked in the little book, and it said that there was a card. And so I counted them, and I was only missing one card. And so I kept looking for it everywhere. I searched and counted the cards like 2 times, and I couldn't find it anywhere, and it's still missing. And I don't know what happened to it, and now I have to tear apart my whole room to try to find this card, because as soon as she was telling me the connection between Kuan Yin and the dragons, that card was missing right after. So super, super weird synchronicity. I don't know what it means, but I'm really determined to find that card so that I can continue using these cards. But yeah, I hope I find it. But isn't that just the craziest synchronicities? Also another one, I was hoping to do these in order, but I'm kind of remembering like different ones at different times. So another synchronicity is Jayla drew me a dragon, because I was talking about dragons that morning, and then she ended up painting me a water painting of a dragon, and it was so sweet. And then that just reminded me of another synchronicity. So I was in Petco taking this puppy to get its second set of shots, and I was with my boyfriend, and I told him, I was like, I'll be right back. I have to go look at the iguanas. Because I wanted to connect with the dragons through like lizards and iguanas. And Jayla, come back a little bit closer this way, okay? Jayla.
I'm trying to get the cat, but it's still all the way over here.
Oh, all right. So then I asked the guy at the front, because I don't find any like reptiles or anything like that. And I was like, do you guys have iguanas here? Because they usually always have iguanas. Like every time I go to the pet store, like when I get a chance, I go look at them because I feel like they have this dragon energy. And it's so crazy how it worked out. So he's like, no, I don't think we have iguanas. And I was like, well, do you have anything, like anything at all, like close to it? And like lizard, anything at all? Jayla, a little quieter. With these birds and her, I can barely hear myself talk. So I keep losing my train of thought. Jayla, no kicking sand anymore, okay? So when I asked him, I'm like, do you have any other thing that's anywhere close to a lizard or an iguana? And he was like, let me call and see. So he goes 3333. He goes and calls the manager or whoever, and he's asking, hey, do we have any iguanas or lizards or anything like that? And no joke, he literally, like, you could tell he's listening, right? And he's like that on the phone. He's like, dragons? And I'm like, what the fuck did he just say? And he's like, dragons? And I'm like, what kind of dragons? Like, I was like, what do you have? Like, what kind of dragons do you have? And then he asked, he's like, what kind of dragon are you talking about? And the lady told him Chinese water dragons. Water dragons. So I go to look at it, and it's like chilling in his little pool. And I'm taking a video, and I'm like really trying to connect with it, and its little eyes like looking at me, and it was so special. But what was crazy is the night before, I was trying to remember, because this book that I've been reading, it tells you which dragons you can call in for what specific thing, right? And I was trying to figure out which one could help me with my psychic abilities. That was the night before, or like 2 nights before I ended up at the pet store. And I couldn't remember, but I'm like, damn, it would really take a lot of effort to reread this whole book and try to figure out which dragon is for that. So when I got home, because it had water dragon in the name, so to me I was like, that was a sign from a water dragon. And when I was reposting the synchronicity on my stories, I decided to post what it said about water dragons in here, and it said that these were the dragons that I was originally looking for, because they're the ones that help with the psychic abilities, is the water dragons. So that was my sign. And that was crazy, and that happened just a few days ago too. And these synchronicities they're not slowing down. Everything keeps getting stronger and stronger, and it's just crazy how things are unfolding, and it's exciting. Another thing that was happening while I was on the live with Emmy is she said the feed started getting distorted, and there was one point where she looked at me and she saw my face morph into a dragon, and she said it's the energy. And she also said like that I was one in a past life, that I have one always beside me, and that's family, and I've been with in past lives. And then she was telling me like the connection with Kuan Yin and the dragons, and how Kuan Yin's kingdom, part of it turned into Lemuria and Telos. And she's like, that's why you're always so drawn to Mount Shasta, and why you keep wanting to go back there, and you're feeling that connection. So there's just so many. I bet I'll make a whole nother video soon about the rest of my synchronicities, and I'm hoping that I didn't forget any. But that, I just wanted to share that with you guys, because all around me I see people experiencing the same thing. No thank you.
It looks good, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Let's give you a sip. Let's just
Water and sand? No.
Come on, eat it.
But that's about it. I just wanted to share that with you guys, because I know that so many people are having synchronicities like that, and I think it's so beautiful that we're able to tap into that energy more. And it's, as we raise our vibration, we're able to tap into these more subtle, higher dimensions, and it's just really exciting.
I got some
So,
chocolate poop for you.
thank you for watching. If you guys like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also click the notification bell so that you guys can be notified whenever I post a new video. If you like this video, and leave me a comment letting me know your guys' synchronicities. I just saw another crow. Synchronicities with the dragons, and how they're popping up into your guys' reality, and what your experience is with working with them and everything. It's a really exciting subject, so feel free to share. And I always answer my comments and love to talk with you guys. So thank you so much for watching. Bye.